Just wanted to do a quick video on how to wire a Stratocaster with a couple of modifications. Nothing too crazy, but I think they're kind of useful. But anyhow, just got a little pick guard, and I've got, these are the Fat Custom Shop Fat 50 pickups. I'm gonna wire those up. I got some wire, got some tools, meter, potentiometers, and some different capacitors and my soldering iron. So we'll take a look. So first off is, put the pickups in the pick guard, and I got the switch in too. So next I'm gonna put the capacitor or the potentiometers in, and we'll get those going. So one thing I do when I'm putting in the tone controls, I got the the volume control is in place, but then on the tone controls, what I do is what a lot of guys do, is I kind of make it a no load pot, which I scrape the wiper. So if you take apart, you can watch, there's lots of videos on it, but a guy a long time ago showed me how to do this, and basically what happens is when you take this thing apart, you can see that little kind of three strands of metal there. That actually, that's what touches the carbon around the edge there. And then if you scrape that carbon off, where I have near that lug, which is lug number 3, if you take that carbon off of there, it'll be out of the circuit when it's all the way up. So it's like the Fender no-load tone control. You can make your own, but pretty simple. I just open it up, and I scrape it with my little knife, and then put it back together. I usually test it beforehand to make sure that it is not, when it's all the way up, that the circuit is open. So it just basically bypasses the tone control unless you turn it down to 9 and then 8, 7, and then the tone control is working. But when it's on 10, the tone control is out of the circuit, and I think I can hear a little bit of extra sound from my pickups when I have it wired that way. So I like to wire it that way. So anyway, I do it on both of them. So that's the first one I'm going to put in, and then I'm going to do it on the other one too, and then we'll scrape both of those, and we will put them in. Alright, so we've got all the pots and the controls are in. Everything's scraped and ready to go. Looking like it's, wanting to be a guitar here. So I usually wire up the grounds first and get that rolling, and then wire up my capacitors and get the switch in there. And so we'll do grounds next. Alright, so we have all the grounds connected. I usually forget to wire the one that goes to the, like the claw on the back of the guitar, but I remembered this time. And then I've got one going to my output jack too. So then I also wired up a little, there's a little capacitor in there, and basically that's a little treble bleed, simple treble bleed on the volume pot. Tons of videos on those too. That capacitor I used 0.0015. I just had a bunch of them and decided to try that. But anyway, I will continue on. Now we're going to connect, I'll probably put the switch together here, and then we'll get the two capacitors, and then we'll be in good shape. Okay, we got the switch wired for the pickups now, so that's all looking pretty good. You can see, well, sort of, you can see there's a wire from that top right lug to the back left lug. That makes the volume work all the time. And then get your 3 pickups. Now, okay, now here's where I'm going to change it a little bit than a standard Strat. I'm going to wire a tone control to the neck and middle pickups, and then I'm going to wire another tone control to the bridge pickup, and they're both going to have different capacitors. So that's kind of the biggest change. I guess I got Eric Johnson a lot in the 90s. He wired his bridge pickup to the back tone control, which I stole that from him, I guess, because I thought it was a good idea. And but now the next evolution for me is to have a different capacitor on that control than on the neck and the middle. So just 2 different values is all it is, so that it kind of functions good for each different sound. So anyway, we'll put those on. Basically, all you do is wire the capacitor to this far lug and then to the back of the pot to ground it, and then the middle lug goes to whichever pickup you want it to go to. So both the tone controls are wired the same. It's just you can use different capacitors. So this one I'm going to have a standard kind of 0.22 for the neck and middle, and then back here you're going to have a little different value. I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use this 153J that I got. I'll use that one on the back, and we'll see how that sounds. But you can just change them out if you don't like them. I change them out all the time, even if I do like them sometimes. But so anyway, I'll wire this one back here to the this first lug, and then ground, and then the 0.022 to the this lug, and then this lug here and ground, and then that middle lug on the middle pot is going to go to the neck and middle, and this middle lug is just going to go straight to the bridge only.